What's up, Terrifics? Welcome back to CES 2018, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the Las Vegas Convention Center. I've got Bruce here from Privacy Shield, and you know what I'm excited about, Bruce, is the fact that you've come up with something that seems so simple, but is also so needed, because right now, everyone wants Alexa everywhere, right?
Exactly.
I have it everywhere. We have it in all of our offices and everything. We use it as an intercom, but people are starting to realize that Alexa's always recording, it's always on, and maybe sometimes we'd like a little bit of privacy, and maybe we don't want Alexa to listen, but also maybe we don't want other people to be able to drop in so easily and stuff like that. So, what's the best way to do that? And you've come up with a product that you call Privacy Shield, shipping in a couple of weeks, reasonable price, about as much as a Dot, a little bit less actually, and you can put a Privacy Shield on your Dot or your Echo just to get some privacy. Tell me about it.
Well, Mike, we're really excited about it. It's a new product we're bringing out, launching at the show here, and I've got a demo unit here with me.
It's a very simple concept, right? You take something about the size of a Dot or an Echo Tower, and you just put it over, so now the microphone can't hear, and then why does it have a button on it?
The button is there. We have two versions. We have a networked version and what we call an air gap or standalone version, which is this one. And the button is how you turn it on or turn it off, and then it generates the white noise field that jams the microphone array.
And you're also sealing it so the microphone can't possibly hear you, but then you're throwing some white noise on top of it just in case.
Exactly. And you can operate the Echo as normal. You can have it play music, do anything else, while you're blocking the microphones as well.
That's pretty cool. What made you think of this product?
What made me think of this was basically the articles in the news on privacy, the Bentonville case, where the Bentonville police were looking to get Amazon records, and then the NSA WikiLeaks, where they're listening to you on your smart TV. So I started thinking about, well, can anybody actually listen to me if I have this device in my home? I have several of them, because I'm a techie and love it. But I started thinking about, is there a way to block it? And I looked around and couldn't find anything, and came up with this idea, and we went ahead and built it, and now it's a patent-pending technology.
Is it your first product?
It is our first product, yeah.
Wow. Tell me about starting the company.
Well, this is my sixth startup, so I've done this before. I've been in the rodeo once before. And starting it, I found a group of acoustical engineers that got excited. First, I was going to hire them. They got excited about it and said, we'd like to do this as a joint venture. We'll give you our engineering time.
Wow.
And that's a company called Acoustical Solutions. That's our partner in this. And they've been great.
And so now you've got your first product. Are you starting to think about now, what about the smart TV? What about the Google Home? What about Apple's HomeKit, even though really other than that one speaker, Apple doesn't really have a way to communicate like this yet, but other products communicate with Apple like this?
Right, man, it's a good question. We are really focused as a company on any voice-enabled device, and how can we provide that privacy protection for it. As you can see, there is a form factor involved because it has to fit onto the device properly. So we're targeting Amazon Echo and Echo Dot first, only because they have the greatest installed base.
Right. And then you got to think
Google Home
about,
will come next, and on after that.
And even with the Echo products, you got to think about show and look and all these other products.
Yeah. Exactly right.
It's very interesting because I think at some point we go, privacy, what are we going to do? I mean, our phones, they're all hackable, very easily hackable. Well, our iPads, our laptops, we got the camera on our laptop and a microphone. I mean, where does it end? And when do you just throw in the towel and go, whatever? And by the way, I'm not really that interesting to listen to. If somebody at the NSA wants to listen to me, I'm not doing anything wrong, go ahead. On the other hand, a lot of people I can understand. I mean, the Holocaust did exist and is a real thing, and maybe you don't want the government hearing every conversation because you don't know what can happen down the road. Plus, you are, at least in America, you do have the right to privacy.
Well, you actually have a reasonable expectation of privacy under the Fourth Amendment, unless you put a microphone connected to the internet in your office or home.
Right.
At that point, according to attorneys I've spoken with, you no longer have a reasonable expectation of privacy. And when you look at kind of who might be listening, so we do consumer surveys on the issue of privacy and voice-enabled devices, where we're contacting folks that have an Echo or have a Google Home, and have done a number of surveys on this. It's very, very consistent. About 60% of consumers are concerned about privacy and the device. 58% of them think that a hacker is a potential person that's going to be eavesdropping. 55% think it's the government, 50% thinks it's Amazon or Google, and then there's a few other odds and sods.
I think it's probably all the above, by the way.
Well, that's exactly right.
Certainly, we know for a fact that Google's listening. We know that Amazon's listening, and Apple too. I would think that they're all listening. I mean, you can just do a simple test. You can start talking about a product with your phone in earshot, and then go on your browser and start to Google anything else.
Exactly.
And you'll get an ad for that product. Well, and talk about a product you've never talked about before, and it will show up. I was on an airplane in airplane mode like a year ago with one of our crew, and I was talking to the person next to me about the makeup I use, and as soon as we got off the plane, the guy who was with me, who's never searched for makeup ever in his life, got an ad from the makeup company.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's,
That's a little freaky the other day.
And he was like, tell me Google's not listening. That was the first thing he said. So is this something we have to be concerned about to the point where we should just take the dots out of our house?
I don't think so. I think voice-enabled technology is a great leap forward,
yeah.
And it is incredibly convenient. It will transform the way we interface with computers, but we have to be a little bit cautious. Otherwise, it's like living in a bad neighborhood and leaving your doors wide open with no locks. Right. You wouldn't do that, unless you're actually crazy.
And is this so? Like they say, door locks are for honest people. Is this something that is for honest people, or is this something that really is more than a deterrent? It's actually something that shuts it down.
Well, it's really for anybody because you might know.
But I mean, is this a deterrent, or is this something that actually just shuts it down completely? So that a hacker still couldn't somehow hack through it. It seems like there's no way to hack.
With the air gap version, there's no way to hack it.
Right, you're feeding it white noise,
right.
So you're not going to get past that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very cool. And when's it going to be available? It's going to be available in like Q2?
At the end of Q2.
Yeah. Very nice. And what's it called? Privacy Shield?
Privacy Shield is the name of the product.
PrivacyShield.com?
That's getprivacyshield.co.
GetPrivacyShield.co.
Right.
GetPrivacyShield.co.
Exactly.
Bruce, very nice. What were some of the other startups you had?
I've done a startup in the legal publishing space.
Okay.
SaaS software for the mortgage servicing sector.
So that's a wide variety right there.
It is, yeah. And I've done a lot of different things.
Have you sold them all off, or?
Some have sold off successfully. Others have gone under.
Yeah.
That's
part
the
of
way
being
of startups.
A serial entrepreneur, right?
That's what you do.
Right. Well, that's very interesting, and I imagine this is not your first CES.
Actually, it is my first CES.
It is. What do you think?
It's exciting. I used to go to Comdex years ago.
Sure.
And it's similar to Comdex, but a little bit more crazy.
And Comdex really became Infocom.
Right.
Yeah, Infocom's a great show. All right, well, Bruce, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of CES. Congratulations. That's a wonderful product. It's a very simple product, and I think it's very needed. So that's very cool. Enjoy the rest of CES. Have a great show. You are the Terrifics. I see Jenny is in the Twitch chat. What's up, Jenny? Watching in Finland. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back, I think, live from the Sands right after this. Don't go anywhere.